Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another little vlog review. This time of the Pretty Little Liars episode, She's No Angel. And it seems like this is one of those episodes where I don't really like it that much. I'm sorry. I love to love every episode. But this episode starts, I was going to say ends with, and like I wish, starts with, Spencer having a nightmare and then following this girl. And then it's in a psychiatric ward, Radley. And Spencer follows the girl and it's all creepy and the lighting's creepy. And then the girl starts to dance. And it's just, I was like, I'm liking and enjoying this creepy atmosphere. And then it's like this girl going, well, not exactly like that, but that's sort of the emotion invoked in me. I'm like, okay, I don't know why you're doing this, but okay. You do you. And I think some people have said, oh, it's symbolic of this or that. The symbolism is good. It adds a depth to your work of fiction, that makes it more than the surface level. The problem is, if the surface level appears fucking stupid, I don't care. I mean, I was trying to get a little creeped out, a little insightful would be okay, I guess. But just seeing that dance was just like the only thing I can compliment about that scene is that girl that danced was very talented, because this is not even close to what she was doing, and it was good. It was just like, you need to be in a music video or something. It just that no, this scene called for some dramaticness, but that dance was not it. That I just started laughing, and I'm laughing, and I'm feeling bad. Like, this is a good symbolic scene. Good scene, and I'm trying to read it. Like, I don't care. I'm just laughing too hard. Yeah, that was, yeah. And last episode, as you know, if you watch the show, Spencer started to take weed, and like a cookie. And since this was for ABC Family, of course it's going to have to be this sort of PSA of weed is always bad for you. I won't go into medicinal marijuana and, all the fear mongering against it, because that is a totally separate video, and no, I do not take weed. I just sometimes have a very poor appetite, and something that actually increases my appetite would, again, separate video, but I just knew that there would be no complex talk about that. One, it's a family show. Two, there would not be enough time in a Pretty Little Liars episode. I don't know if they'd want to dedicate a few episodes to going through that complex subplot. That'd be much too deep for, Pretty Little Liars. So, I knew PSA was sort of going to be how they were going to do, and I was sort of like, please let this not be a horrible PSA. I'm a 90s kid. I've been through Dare. I just don't need any more horrible PSAs. And Hannah talked with Spencer about the weed. Of course, it wasn't really talking. It was more like, oh my God, you're doing that. I know this kid that's like all fucked up. And, oh my God, I'm just going to go away. Which was like, it seemed to point the message of, if you take weed, everyone will fucking hate you. And the thing is, if Hannah was actually a good friend, to say, hey, what about the medication, we were supposed to get out of the hospital for anxiety. how are you taking that? Is there anything I can do? You know, actually being friendly. You know, trying to help instead of going like just walking away, because I'm like, luckily the weed subplot is gone. She's not taking it anymore, because I was like, that scene was, if I had to deal with any more scenes like that, I would just be like, if you want to show that she needs help, how about her friends actually fucking help her? And because I'm afraid that people that have depressed, that take weed, are like, oh, no one's going to love me. I'm sorry, my thoughts are not coherent about this because it fucking pissed me off. And it just sort of reminded me of the Tinder no smoking ad, you know, that basically says that if you smoke, no one's going to date you. That's what that scene reminded me of. That was a fucking awful commercial, and this scene reminded me of it. I mean, I like that, you know, that the subplot's fucking ended. I'm sorry, if you can't believe it, I actually shortened that rant down. And I decided to end this video on a good note. Well, good scene. It's the scene where Spencer and Hannah think they found a corpse in the tub. And I like how this scene was set up. It's nice and creepy. Things are going slowly. You're able to sort of, you know, get the tension. Yeah. It was a wonderful scene. It was the bright light in this episode. And my final thoughts for the Pretty Little Liars episode: she's no angel. It was decent. I think I have a bad taste in my mouth because of the dancing and the PSA. But besides that, we get some answers. Sort of. It was an okay episode. This is not the best episode out there. It's probably the weakest one this season. And if you have any comments or questions about something about the episode I mentioned in this vlog, or something about this episode I did mention in this vlog, please ask. You know, please comment below. I'd love to start a conversation with you. And I have been Jashikins, owner at jashikins.blogspot.com. If you go to my blog, you can see wonderful vlogs like these, some where I give positive reviews. Probably the majority I give positive reviews. And yeah, that's the next Random Dragon journal entry will be out tomorrow, hopefully. Might be a little late, just because I'm hoping to see Jurassic World, finally. I have not this, of course, but I actually have a dinosaur one of these that I'm going to wear. I'm going to find one of my dino t-shirts. I'm going to be nerdy. So that might be a little later out in the day than usual. And then, if you go to my blog, you can see where else I am on the web, on the sidebar thingy, and also on the sidebar thingy, there's a link now to my Fiverr account. So if you want to commission me to write, or to say edit something for you, no, just go ahead. And since this was the last night to send in questions for this week's Q&A, that's not happening because there were no questions. I won't be linking to the latest weekly updates. I would say, you know, watch out for my blog for when I do my next weekly updates and the next time frame of when you can send in questions for the next little Q&A that might actually happen. And questions can really be about anything about my blog. You know, if you're like, how do you do this? What is your real opinion on blah, blah, you know, just anything you can think of. That's my blog related. And Until next video. Goodbye.